Brought to you by the EveryDollar app. Start budgeting for free today.
I have a question about my 19-year-old son. He decided that college is not for him, so he's not going to go back in the fall. We told him that he had to get a job. We wanted him to get one within a month. It's almost been 3 months, but he's finally working at Walmart part-time, $14 an hour, and he also receives about $10,000 a year in dividends that he gets in 4 payments. So he's very bad with money. Like, his dividend rolls around and there's zero in his bank account. He has to borrow gas money. Like, my main question is what would be the best course to take to, like, kind of open his eyes to, I am not spending my money wisely. I should be doing this and this.
What happened 8 years ago when you were going to teach him work ethic and you didn't?
We tried. I feel like we tried. We're pretty good with money. We tried to teach them that. We don't go out to eat very often. Like, all through their grown up, we don't go out to eat, and I don't know if that's, like, the main thing. Like, he eats out all the time. When he was in college, he
doesn't work.
Extra.
That's what the main thing is. He doesn't work. Walmart at $14 an hour is what 16-year-olds do. Not grown men.
Where's he living?
We're in Texas.
No, where does he live?
In her house.
He's with us, yes.
And
we pay.
I'm telling you this.
We pay everything.
Because I love you, but that's the problem. He can't learn something that, let me put it this way. What he's doing, his behavior, makes perfect sense in his world. He gets checks that fall from the sky every quarter. He has no rent. He has a mom and dad that said, you have to get a job. And he goes, okay, I'll work 6 hours a week. And y'all pay his cell phone. You pay his insurance. You pay for everything. So,
well, that's one of the things is he's supposed to pay his car insurance.
I know. He's supposed to do a lot of crap he doesn't do, but you don't make him do nothing.
Right. You don't take it away. And the only way this changes, literally the only way this changes, I've worked with this age group my entire career. The only way this changes is if y'all sit down and you and your husband come to an agreement that you're going to weather the storm because hell's coming, and you're going to sit down and say, at the end of this month, you're out.
Or 2 months, or whatever.
Yeah, right.
I guess part of the problem with that is he would move in with his mom.
Okay.
Well, that's good.
And she kind of coddles him.
That's fine.
Kind of. Everybody's coddling.
No, wait a minute, honey. You got the coddling thing down, okay?
Everybody's coddling.
You can't hand that off to her. You got that down to a science.
Everyone is.
This kid has coddling from every direction. He's just a coddler.
But
I mean, he was in college for a year, so this.
Honey, the kid's got to move out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you about this anymore.
Meet EveryDollar budgeters Christy and Steve. Their life is chaotic, but their money is simple because they budget with EveryDollar.
Budgeting with the spreadsheet took a ton of time.
But now with EveryDollar, I can do a budget in 5 minutes.
And tracking purchases is just as simple.
It's so freeing to know exactly where your money is going.
It just takes that stress out of the day-to-day life.
You got this, Hannigan family. EveryDollar. Create your free account today.
Honey, the kid's got to move out.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not going to argue with you about this anymore. You know, you all you can talk about is the stuff he doesn't do. He has no problems. Your job is to help him have some problems.
That's it. That's exactly right.
He doesn't have. There's no reason for him to change his behavior.
Or think about it this way: his life is a weight room, and every time he gets under the bar to start lifting weights to get stronger to deal with life, one of the parents, you or his mother and whoever she's with, run in there and take all the weight off the bar. And so now you've got a kid who's 19 who has never lifted the bar in his life because each parent keeps running there saying, I don't want to be the bad one. You don't want to be the bad one. And now you got a 19-year-old that literally does not know how to lift anything heavy. And so it's abuse. Y'all are robbing this young man. And I get the pickle you're in. The moment you say, hey, you got to get out, he's going to go, okay, I'll just go over here.
Then that's fine. You can't control that. But
Right.
you can control your part in the equation. Quit trying to control his part.
That's right.
You can't control his part in the equation. Okay? This is a kid who thinks going to class is hard work. That's funny.
Or 6 hours a week is hard.
Yeah, now I've got a job.
Part-time.
He's smoking a lot of pot. A lot. Yeah. There's no ambition anywhere in this guy.
Well, and man, here's the thing, Dave. Like, I heard somebody say this about a year ago, and man, it has been a knife right in my chest because he's right. And he said, I don't want to hear another person say, quote unquote, these kids these days, because it's not. The kids haven't changed. It's the adults in their lives who've changed, who are not giving these young people, especially 17, 18, 19, and 20-year-olds, the gift of experiencing hard challenges and overcoming those challenges so they can feel a sense of confidence to go do the next thing. He should have had a part-time job when he was 15 or 14 so that he could learn how to do that, so he could have the privilege of having a full-time job when he's 19 or 20. Drop out of college, fine, but you got to go be a part of the workforce. Workforce is hard, right? But he's been robbed every step of the way by adults in his life that can't get along, can't be unified, and here you go. This is what we get.
For his own good.
Golly, it breaks my heart,
The only thing
man.
we're unified on is coddling.
That's it.
Yeah.
Or using him to out-parent the other parent now that we're divorced or whatever
Disney
the mess
dad,
is.
yeah.
But adults need to come together on behalf of these young people and say, we're robbing them of the experiences that life's going to throw and hit them right in the mouth with.
And there's a couple of things I always go back to in remembering all this is teach your kids to do hard things.
Yes.
And Andrew Andrews talks about you're not raising kids to be great kids. You're raising kids to become great adults. And if you're doing that, then that involves teaching them adult skills.
Right.
Age appropriately with increasing intensity so that when they are age appropriate, they are able to leave the nest. And the mother eagle, the nest is filled with down, but it is a nest built with thorns. And then as the baby eagles grow, she begins to pull the down out of the nest, and the thorns begin to stick them. And it becomes increasingly uncomfortable to stay in the nest if you are a baby eagle until you finally stand up on the edge of the nest and fall out and spread your wings and fly.
Soar, dude, yeah.
Because an eagle that doesn't leave the nest is eventually known as a turkey. And so this is how this works. So, yeah, you make it increasingly uncomfortable to live there. Because it is good for your child development, people will tell you, it is good for your dignity to pay your own light bill and buy your own milk and clean your own clothes instead of your mommy doing it. It's just good for your development. And I've watched it with my three as they grew up and left the nest and didn't have to. We weren't mad at them. There wasn't any anger. There wasn't anything. But just when they quit living under our roof and they had to do their own stuff, they walk different.
Yeah, they're right.
They talk different. They carry themselves differently. And it's, you're doing them no favor delaying their development. And this kid, he needs some hard work.
Yeah.
I want some problems for him. I want him to have some problems to solve. He's had no problems in a long time. And so, yeah, desperately needs trouble.
And by the way, getting a neighbor, if you got young kids, getting a neighbor that will let your 9-year-old come over and sweep the front porch for $1. Those kind of things are amazing. And we're not talking about sweatshops. I'm not talking about like you got to pull, like you do 8-hour days. That's not what I'm talking about at all. But letting your kid mow the yard, letting your kid go out and do some things, letting them take feedback from a neighbor that you trust or from somebody at your church that you trust. Hey, you did a good job here, but you missed this corner right here. It builds dignity and character. And I'm telling you, man, you got kids that just walk differently when they know how to work.
The one that always kills me on that was I was cutting grass. I was 12 years old, my neighbor, and I have no idea. He was the nicest man, but his nickname was Slugger. Slugger Carnahan. I cut his grass for $3. And he came out there with one of these little fork things, and he goes, quit cutting the weeds. Use this and dig the weeds out. When you cut the weeds, you spread the weeds, and I get more weeds. And he walked around and made me go over his whole yard and dig them out. Oof. It wore me out. 12 years old, man.
$3.
Yeah. $3, man. And his name's Slugger, so you got to do it. I mean, it's like it's not an option. Create your free every dollar budget today, the simplest way to budget for your life.